push. That song has a nice catch along, huh? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing this morning? I hope everyone is all right, yeah? But if by chance you're not doing all right, you're still not doing too bad. There is hope because you're hearing my voice. That means you've got life. And once there's life, there's hope. Yeah.
So tell me what you're waiting for. When eternal life is in store, don't listen to those who say that you only.
Don't listen to the naysayers, right? Get yourself aligned with people who motivate you, stimulate you, push you to be a better person than you were yesterday.
That is really if you push. Pray until something happens. Push. Press the lightning button. Push. A new door shall be opened.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Just push.
It's Monday.
That's when God's about to step in. Push.
Yeah.
Push, 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 push. Every day, every day.
Every single day.
Push.
That's what you've got to do. Just push.
Push, push.
Yeah.
Every day, every night, every way. Push. Push, 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 push. Go on, push again. Push. Go on, push again. Push. Come my sister, push, 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 push. Forward, push again. Push. Onward, push again. Push. Oh my brother, push, 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 push. When you're tired and weary, push. You
Keep on pushing. Don't stop pushing.
body victory, push, push.
Eventually that obstacle will move.
Your friends come back on you.
Doesn't got a choice, you know, it has to move eventually.
What is left for you to do?
Whatever the problem is, it's got an expiry date. It will expire.
Hang on, proclaim your thing.
Yeah.
Yes, my people, push, push,
My partner Rhino, good morning to you. What's up, man?
hold me faith, push,
Yeah.
proclaim your faith, push,
Kingman Kai.
push, push, push.
Flap the lion. Or the lioness, I should call you. All right, all right, all right. It's a Monday morning, yeah. It's the 6th day of February in the year 2023, yeah? Good. Nice. It's, it's for some folks, it's the beginning of a brand new work week. There are those who work 24/7. I don't think anybody works 24/7. But there are those who work 7 days a week. Yeah, Sunday to Sunday. And now and then get a day off in between. The security officers, good morning. Good morning to all my sanitary technicians, the guys who work and collect the garbage. Good morning to you, the drivers, the owners of the businesses. Must say good morning to you. You guys are doing an awesome job, man. Keep it up. For those of you who, do the actual collection, I hope that you are wearing your protective gears, all right? Your mask and so forth, your gloves. Too many times I see you all just hanging out behind the truck with no mask on. Remember, the fumes from the garbage could be hazardous to your health, all right? So ensure that you're taking the necessary precautionary measures to protect yourself. Do your regular medical checkup. You understand what I'm saying? All right, quickly on our Facebook page, Yvonne, good morning to you. She says, good morning, Grenada. Mary Ebang says, good morning. Good morning, Mary. Gloriana John, good morning, Grenada. God blessings bestowed upon you all. Thanks, and same to you. Nice. Petlin, good morning too. Now, let's get into the meat of the matter for today. At this time every day, we give you a word to stimulate your word power, enhance your vocabulary, and your writing and speaking. Nice. So the word for today is the word will. W-E-A-L. That word is a noun. And will is somewhat old-fashioned. It is a somewhat old-fashioned word that refers to a state of being happy, healthy, and successful. Now, the word will is usually ascribed to large groups of people rather than individuals, as in the phrases common will or public will. We can use the word this way. Before presenting the bill to the legislature, the senator spoke of her devotion to the general will, to the general success of the population. Yeah. So remember that the word will, W-E-A-L, it is a noun, and it means it is an old-fashioned word that refers to a state of being happy, healthy, and successful. It is usually ascribed to large groups of people rather than individuals. All right, so you'll find the phrases the common will or the public will. And we can use it this way. Before presenting the bill to the legislature, the senator spoke of her devotion to the general will. Nice. Good morning to the village of Conference in St. Andrew. Conference, how are you doing? Yeah, nice. Beirut, good morning. Michael, Senator Mitchell, and family, good morning to you all. My schoolmate, Glennis, how are you doing, girl? Everything all right? Still enjoying the teaching profession? I hope so. Nice. Let's look at the thought of the day. The thought of the day states that failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. And that was a thought from Henry Ford. Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. Hence the reason, folks, I always say take your failures and turn them into lessons. I've learned this. I never lose. I either win or I learn. All right? When you fail, it teaches you one way that it doesn't work. You fail again, it teaches you another way that it doesn't work. So, you know, I urge people to be optimists instead of pessimists, you know. Stop seeing the glass half empty. Right now, my cup of coffee, it's half full, not half empty. Thank God for coffee. Good. So, folks, Grenada's 49th Independence celebration, it's winding down. And, of course, remember the theme for this year, the journey to 50. Reflecting on the past, planning for the future. And, man, from all indications, you know, the communities were all out over the weekend beautifying and decorating. And what this does, in my opinion, is that it has the multiplier effect. In the communities, you might have people who are at loggerheads with each other, not talking or have little gripes, but they all came together, and that in itself would create a sort of buffer, you know, whether you all talked or not in the past, you know, but interacting with each other gives you an opportunity to see a different side of someone, and it might just mend a broken relationship. Yeah, by interacting you might realize, but wait, no, I misunderstood that person. She's actually a nice girl. She's actually a nice lady. He's not so bad a person. After I heard him speak, those are the things that can come from this sort of interaction. And it's a spirit that I'd like to see continue throughout, you know. Grenada is too small to hold that level of animosity against each other. We all mess up at times. We all fall short. Let's forgive and move on. You understand what I'm saying? Grenada too small to have enemies. How do you live around your enemies? Everybody is everybody's neighbor in Grenada. Have you noticed that there's no place really far in Grenada? You can live from Point Salines and get to Sauteurs within an hour. And that's moderate driving. All right? So there's no place far. We're too closely knitted for us to have enemies. We will have misunderstandings. That's a must. It's a given. But let's just treat them as that, misunderstandings. All right, quickly, let's see what's buzzing this morning. The residents of Clarkscourt Bay area in Woburn, St. George, they are hoping that the cries for road improvement will reach the relevant ears. Not just women, man. The network of roads in Grenada needs urgent attention. You know, yeah. But as you know, being the economy that we are, we can't do everything at the same time. So we have to prioritize. The administration has to prioritize and do the best that they can. And I hope that's what they're doing. So yeah, Black History Month is celebrated throughout the month of February. It is an annual celebration of achievements by people of African descent and a time for recognizing the central role of blacks in U.S. history. And while on this, I'm seeing a nice story in the news. A wealthy family in the UK, they're coming to Grenada to pay some money. Yeah. For, you know, for their ancestors' role in slavery. I would be standing first in the line at the airport when they arrive. I want my grandfather back pay. Nice, good. Okay, justice will be served. So says the Director of Public Prosecutions, Christopher Nelson. He is convinced that justice will be served for Nixian Downs Clark. That case with the gentleman that had to be freed because of the misplacing or the disappearance of the files. Okay, and finally this morning, the cleanup campaign along the Lagoon Road, the Kirani James Boulevard. All right, as you would see, wow, a lot of work was done. The question that, and we will focus on, that would be one of the stories that we will be looking at this morning. What can be done to beautify that area, to give it its real, true significance? That's what we'll be looking at this morning. Yeah. So folks, we've got to wrap it up here because we don't want to overrun too much. We want to get the news on time. So these are the stories that are buzzing. Get your thoughts in gear and let's have a conversation on that. So quickly, let's see what we'll be looking at. The network of roads, you know, they're dealing with that. We have Black History Month being celebrated. Justice will be served, so says Christopher Nelson. And your thoughts, what can be done to give the Kirani James Boulevard its true significance? Those are the stories we'll be looking at when we return. Don't you go anywhere. Stick and stay with us. For those of you on the TV, we've got the Weekend Review. All right, a rebroadcast of the main stories making the headlines last week. And for those of you who are stuck here with me on K105, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Stick and stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't you move a muscle. All right, we'll be back.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Thanks for joining us. Found guilty of the offence of non-capital murder, Chad David was sentenced on Thursday to 19 years behind bars. Christina John reports.
Chad David's murder trial was among the list of matters starting off the January assizes. David received a 19-year sentence on Thursday following 2 previous adjournments. He appeared before High Court Judge Justice Paula Guilford on Thursday to hear his fate. Prior to Thursday's sentencing, David had already served 4 years on remand. On December 2nd, 2022, a 12-member jury returned an undisputed verdict, guilty of non-capital murder. David, who was 17 years at the time, was charged in connection with a fatal chopping incident in November 2019 that resulted in the death of his 34-year-old cousin Marvin Francis of Duquesne, St. Mark. David reportedly inflicted several chop wounds, including one to Francis's neck, following an altercation over an undisclosed sum of money. The murder victim's hands were reportedly almost severed, and his head was almost completely decapitated. He also suffered other serious injuries. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is seeking leave to appeal to the Privy Council against a Court of Appeal ruling in September last year that saw convicted murderer Alexander Clark walking away a free man. Clark served about 11 prison years on his 67-year sentence. Nisha Paul has the details.
The decision of the Court of Appeal raises a serious legal issue as to how an appellate court proceed to deal with a situation like this. We believe that the approach was wrong, that the court should have entertained the appeal proper and make a decision on the merits, of course bearing in mind the absence of part of the transcripts. All the evidence was available. It's just the summation and the sentencing, I believe, was not available.
Application for leave to appeal to the Privy Council against the Alexander Clark Court of Appeal ruling was filed by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution on December 15. The Court of Appeal ruled that the conviction and the sentence be quashed and a verdict of acquittal entered, or that the applicant's sentence is commuted to manslaughter and the sentence reduced to time served. The Director of Public Prosecution explains that there are other legal authorities on the subject.
To just sweep that aside and discharge someone with the sentence still pending, it creates an anomaly, because although the appellant was discharged, he still has a sentence imposed upon him, which is stayed. We don't believe that it's appropriate to stay a sentence of that magnitude.
Anselm Clouden, who does not believe that the Privy Council will overturn the Court of Appeal ruling.
Very far-fetched, because, you see, it involved findings of both fact and law. And the Court of Appeal, our Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court of Canada, the Privy Council have said that they would not lightly interfere with the exercise of a judge's discretion. In this case, it was a unanimous decision to stay. There was no dissent. So they would not likely interfere with such findings.
A 67-year sentence was handed down to the British national by Justice Paula Guilford in February 2016, approximately 2 years after the June 17, 2014 death of his wife and mother of his daughter, Nixian Downs Clark of Duquesne, St. Mark. 7 years later, in what came as a hard pill to swallow for many, the Court of Appeal declared a permanent stay in his appeal due to the unavailability of transcripts from the Supreme Court Registry. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution now awaits the fixing of a date for the hearing of the application. If and when leave to appeal is granted by the Privy Council, then an appeal will be filed. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, the legal fraternity has returned Derek Sylvester at the helm of the Grenada Bar Association unopposed. His focus at this time is public legal education.
Re-elected unopposed, Derek Sylvester is once again president of the Grenada Bar Association for another term. This took place during the GBA's annual general meeting on Tuesday, January 31st, where a new executive was also installed. Having started the process of public legal education in the past year, Sylvester says this will be their main focus going forward, using media platforms.
We have committed to ensuring that the public is well educated. Public legal education is one of the pillars that we intend to embark upon strenuously for the year 2023. So we want to ensure that the citizens fully understand their rights, they understand the nuances in relation to various aspects of the law, so they could deal with matters with less acrimony, and they'd be able to handle the matters amicably and peaceably.
As discussions continue surrounding the construction of the Hall of Justice, the GBA president says they will continue to champion the cause for adequate space and overall improvement of the justice system.
Absolutely. Well, I met with the Attorney General. In fairness to her, I wrote the Attorney General to have a meeting, and we have engaged her, and she has been extremely receptive. She once was an attorney herself, so she understands the problem that the court faced. I believe she even sat as registrar, deputy registrar sometime in the past, So she's aware, and they're using their best efforts to ensure that we have a proper court system and the House of Justice that should be forthcoming. But in the interim, what I'm looking forward to is at least having some housing facilities where you have multiple accused, because recently a matter had to be adjourned because we had a 6th accused. So the quantity of jurors, would be much more, because your challenges are 4 challenges per attorney plus the prosecution. So that's a lot of jurors you must have. So the room size must be large enough to accommodate that. The acoustics, persons must be able to see each other.
He hinted some of their plans and achievements.
We intend to launch our website very soon. It's about 90% completed. Last year, we launched our ID cards. So lawyers now have ID cards, because attorneys had some difficulties when they're moving around, maybe going to the police station. Persons who practice criminal or even civil matters, in some regard, you would need identification purposes. How do you identify if someone is an attorney? So the ID card would definitely assist. So we have launched that last year, and most attorneys now have their ID cards. We've also launched the logo, so we have a GBA logo, and so now our logo is used on our letterhead and our stamps. So we're on a mission we're on a path to do a lot of things.
The new executive comprised Derek Sylvester, President, Francis Paul, Vice President, Delani Edwards, Secretary, and Cherise Noel, Treasurer. Council members include Kadim Shran, Danish Harford, Donika Maxwell, and Alota Maxwell. Christina John, GBN News.
This is the GBN Weekend Review. A collapsed building in the capital has reinforced the need for urgent attention to dilapidated buildings. Just around midday on Monday, portions of the old drill yard collapsed. Christina John visited the scene and has this report.
Some say it was an accident waiting to happen. Unexpectedly, just around 12 noon Monday, a large portion of a dilapidated building overlooking the Sandal Turnhill came crashing down, depositing heaps of boulders, blocking the entrance to the Tricentennial Park. With the cleanup process still taking place, it is hoped that no one got hurt, as this is an area frequently used by people intending to relax in the park or use as a shortcut to the General Hospital or police headquarters. This gentleman spoke to our news crew.
Is that it seems that this have been reported to authorities in the past because lots of people felt that something would happen. So definitely something did happen, and I think hopefully something is done now. It would be good now, I think, for people to take a look and make some changes, because I think they probably have to end up breaking down quite a bit of it so that this doesn't happen in the future.
The rest of the structure is now unstable. For years, the Willie Redhead Foundation has been advocating for some attention to be given to abandoned and dilapidated structures around the town of St. George, citing the possibility of public danger. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, says the cleanup process has begun.
So first of all, we have to look at blocking up the area, because we don't want anyone to get damaged while passing there. I've already contacted the Minister of Infrastructure. The engineers from the Ministry of Infrastructure come, they will advise us as to what to do. And if their recommendation is to break it down and demolish it, we will have to do so, because we do not want anyone to be hurt in the process, because we'll work on it immediately, starting from this afternoon. So in the future, you can hear what are our plans for this area and this building.
He went on to add that there is a need for an assessment of the area, as well as consultation with the relevant people.
The Ministry of Mobilization, we are a ministry that bring people together. We bring ministries together, and we bring people together. And the Grenadian people will also have their say on this building, because it's a historic building, and we wouldn't just do anything to really discredit the historical content. So we will reach out to the Willard Foundation, and we will also have consultation with the people around and in general to see what's the next step. But whatever we do, we know that we have to really maintain the historical content of the building.
Christina John, GBN News.
Officials of the Spice Island Billfish Tournament have dubbed the 2023 event a success. Let's find out how the sailing and fishing ended.
The 53rd Republic Bank Spice Isle Billfish Tournament, which started on January 23rd, has culminated over the weekend. Nicholas George, chairman of the Spice Isle Billfish Tournament, says that the annual event was a success, as the event saw 200 anglers, some of which are locals.
Approximately 45 vessels that registered and took part. Just to clarify, we had 6 boats that did not make it due to mechanical or crew failure. And we had boats that originally supposed to originate from Antigua but did not take part due to elections, etc. So if all things went perfectly, we were looking definitely at above 50 boats, which is a fantastic number for our event. In terms of anglers, I think we're in the region of about 220 to 240. I don't have the figures right in front of me. Which was really, really good. And we're referring to it as a success, obviously.
The 2023 championship went to a Grenadian registered boat called Hard to Play 3, says George.
The winner of this year's tournament is Hard Play 3, a Grenada registered boat. Grenada Boats, so Grenada has the championship for 2023. In terms of prizes, we do try our best to give back everything we gain from this tournament back to the participants, and I really want to stress that point. And our prizes are ranked really up there in terms of coolers, rods and reels, bean bags, certificates to attend other tournaments. We really try our best to give back everything we gain from this tournament back to the participants, and every year we look for opportunities to increase the quality of our prizes.
A report done in 2013 indicated that the tournament brought in over $2 million into Grenada's economy. The chairman says that in the next 3 weeks, organizers will meet to discuss the event and how they can improve it.
As a committee, we don't rest too much on our successes. We always look at ways to improve. The following year, we're just now simmering down a bit. Trying to relax our bodies and our minds after the event. But all in all, I think the participants have seen it as a success. We will sit down at a debriefing in about 2 to 3 weeks and analyze exactly how the tournament turned out. But it is safe to say, based on the feedback we've been receiving, the tournament was a success, yes.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network is charting new territories, tackling the issue of climate change and its effects on local resources. Joseph Cadeau has been speaking with Godfrey Augustine, the brainchild of the initiative, and how this issue, which has commanded the attention of world leaders for decades, can be addressed locally.
Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, but since the 1800s, human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, which produces heat-trapping gases. It would be pretty hard to dispute that the average global temperature for Earth isn't increasing. There are numbers that prove that. However, it is still a controversial subject because many people do not believe that humans are causing global climate change to speed up, as some scientists are suggesting. Host of our Climate Reality, Godfrey Augustine says these varied schools of thought makes the conversation a timely one.
climate change is a very critical issue. If you think it's not affecting us, well, just look around and you see what is happening. More intense hurricanes. Our dry seasons are becoming drier, so to speak. Our rivers are drying up. Our coastlines are being severely eroded. This is not just happening by chance. Of course, there is natural climate change, but there are other forces that influence these changes. And so tonight we start the discussion on climate change, looking at everything in detail.
Further to this, Augustine says our climate reality would seek to inform and educate the populace.
But tonight, our premier program will focus heavily on climate change, what it is, so that people can have a good understanding of what we're talking about. We hear those terms. We hear climate change. We hear global warming. We hear sea level rise. All of these things. Do we really understand what is it that the scientists are talking about? Well, tonight on the program, we have a meteorological forecaster from the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Mr. Gerard Tamer, and we have a climatologist from the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, Mr. Cedric Van Meerbeek. So he will go into detail on climate change, explain it, what it is, and of course we will also look at the difference between weather and climate patterns, variations in weather patterns. All of these things will be looked at in detail so that going forward, our viewers and listeners can actually follow and make sense of the discussion.
As the earth...
All right, Joseph Cadeau with that report.
Paging all Grenadians at home and in the diaspora to be part of the journey to 50, reflecting on the past, planning for the future as we get ready to celebrate our 49th anniversary of independence. Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Events to be observed for our 49th anniversary of independence include table tennis tournament at the CSA building, February 3rd and February 4th. Independence Calypso Finals, Sutter's Bus Terminal, 8 p.m. February 3rd, February 4th. Open water swimming competition, Grand Mall Beach at 9 a.m. and beach tennis at Grandans Beach from 11 a.m. Also the Independence Boxing Tournament, February 4th, 8 p.m. at the Youth Center, National Independence Church Service, Grenada Trade Center, Sunday, February 5th, 3 p.m. National Colors Day, the Inter-Ministerial Display, and the 49 Cultural Extravaganza, 7 p.m. at the Granville Burst Terminal, February 6th. Then the Made in Grenada Expo, Military Parade and Rally, 10 a.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, Tuesday, February 7th. Happy 49th, Grenada.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, the light that shines our way. Wherever you run it, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you run it, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandans, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Did you know that our changing climate is disrupting weather patterns and continues to cause more intense weather systems? Did you know that at least 3/4 of natural disasters are water-related and their intensity and frequency is increasing? Did you know that rising sea levels can cause our fresh water to become contaminated or salty? These are just some of the realities that will be examined in our new series, Our Climate Reality, which premieres on Wednesday, February 1st from 8 p.m. on all GBN platforms. Our Climate Reality will engage local, regional, and international stakeholders in this fight to preserve our planet and our most precious resources. Our Climate Reality, brought to you in part by the Grenada Climate Resilient Water Sector and Habats.
Mentioned the wing kai, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me and ask for a piece of cake, I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
In a
who are you? I love spice, where everything is nice. Grenada, may God bless you. Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll. And it's been so long, but I'm finally home. What better place to rest my weary bones than in this beautiful island, where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something else to remind me of this beautiful nature and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. Sun, island in the 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 sun. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a song that's everlasting. And there's no end in sight. It's the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a song that's everlasting. And there's no it's the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home. So sweet Grenada, this is home. Sweet Grenada, this is home.
Viewers and listeners, welcome back to the conversation, and I do hope everyone is fine at this time. Quickly, let's see what's happening on our Facebook page. In the interim, what my television producer is going to do is going to show us some photos of the cleanup campaign at the Kirani James Boulevard, and the question asked this morning is, in your opinion, what do you think can be done to beautify that area, to give it its strategic look, its strategic appearance, you know, that meaning to that locale. All right, that's what we'll be looking at this morning. And of course, you know the number that you can call. It's 435-2041. Gloriana John says, good morning, Grenada. God blessing bestowed upon you all. Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning to you, Catherine. Deanne Thomas says, good morning, Innocent. Good morning, GBN family. Good morning, Gloriana Thomas. Thank you, and same to you. All right, Rochelle Cummings. Good morning, Grenada. Happy 49th Independence, celebrating with you all the way from Brooklyn, New York. Veronica Sandy says, good morning, Gordon Innocent Joseph. Good morning, GBN Grenada, Carrico, and P.D. Martinic. Happy Independence to everyone. Thank you very much. Anne-Marie Thomas, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Wishing you a blessed day and a happy 49th anniversary. Thank you very much. Hope you're all okay. Sylvina Charles, good morning, Innocent. Looks good with your colors, man. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, happy Independence Grenada. So says Sylvina Charles. Selma Batiste, watching with you. All right. Trudy Batiste, good morning. Alison Cox Asplan, good morning to everyone. Yulin Alexander, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Grenada. Happy 49th anniversary. God bless our nation. All right, happy 49th anniversary, spicy folks, home and abroad. Let's focus on our national anthem and try to practice it. Stay safe. Alistair Warwood Sr., blessed day to you, Miss Yulin. All right, so the photos have been shown, the lines have been drawn. Tell me, what are your thoughts personally? What would you like to see happen at the Kirani James Boulevard, formerly known as the Laguna Road? All right, in your opinion, what do you think can be done to give it its strategic meaning, its significance? Give me a call, 435-2041. That's the number, and let's share your thoughts. And just to inform you that just around the last 15 minutes of the program, I will be speaking with Mr. Jude Bernard. He is the chairperson of the Save the Cameron Park Committee, and they've got an event coming up tomorrow at that locale, that venue, and we want to talk about it. You know, we want to invite you to be a part of it. So we'll be talking with Mr. Jude Bernard just around 7:45. Okay, we've got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Hi, good morning. All right, so it seems to me, yeah, that is a problem. We seem to be having a problem with our telephone line, because I'm certain maybe I should use this opportunity to apologize for the quality of the weather forecast. I got a comment that it was very low, and I'm realizing now that the phone line is very, very low. Tell you what, we'll take a quick commercial break and try to have that rectified. We'll be back shortly. Don't you go anywhere.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Health Products, Bibin Diapers, New Bright Laundry Detergent, Allegra Pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel. Available only at Rubis stations.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily Pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play Pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number 1. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
My granddaughter.
Let's go. I must apologize for that break, but we're trying to remedy some technical issues that we're experiencing in here. So please be patient with us. And let's go back to the telephone line. Like I said, what we were looking at this morning, what, in your opinion, what can be done to give the Kirani James Boulevard its true meaning? So give me a call for 435-2041. Let's see. We've got a caller on the line. Let's see if that's better now. Good morning, caller. Okay, we lost that call. 435-2041. Back to the telephone line. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we're still... I really don't know. I am lost. We're really experiencing some technical issues here with our telephone line. I don't know if it is on our end or so. Let's try this again and see. 435-2041. That's the number to call. And let's see. Let's do this. Okay, maybe here. All right. 435-2041. That's the number. And we've got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller. We're still not having that connection. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back.
We know that for many people, life is changing dramatically. My family is no different. My daughter is now taking her classes online from home because her school is closed. For the rest of the world, that even the most severe situation can be turned around. But the experience of cities and countries that have pushed back this virus give hope and courage to the rest of the world. During this difficult time, it's important to continue looking after your physical and mental health. This will not only help you in the long term. First, eat a healthy and nutritious diet, which helps your immune system to function properly. Second, limit your alcohol consumption and avoid sugary drinks. Third, don't smoke. Smoking can increase your risk of developing severe disease if you become infected with COVID-19. Fourth, exercise. WHO recommends 30 minutes of physical activity a day for adults and 1 hour a day for children. If your local or national guidelines allow it, go outside for a walk, a run or a ride, and keep a safe distance from others. If you can't leave the house, find an exercise video online, dance to music, do some yoga, or walk up and down the stairs. If you're working at home, make sure you don't sit in the same position for long periods. Get up and take a 3-minute break every 30 minutes. Fifth, look after your mental health. It's normal to feel stressed, confused, and scared during a crisis. Talking to people you know and trust can help. Supporting other people in your community can help you as much as it does them. Check on neighbors, family, and friends. Compassion is a medicine. Listen to music, read a book, or play a game. And try not to read or watch too much news if it makes you anxious. Get your information from reliable sources once or twice a day. COVID-19 is taking so much from us, but it's also giving us something special, the opportunity to come together as one humanity, to work together, to learn together, to grow together. I thank you.
Vaccine safety is always a top priority, and this is no different from the COVID-19 vaccines.
The COVID vaccines that we have available are very effective and safe, and it is very important for elderly persons and frontline health workers and other frontline workers to get it, because these vaccines protect you from becoming ill if you get COVID.
As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for use in the general population, monitoring for safety continues. Each COVID-19 vaccine goes through the same clinical trials and rigorous study as with all other vaccines, with the focus on safety and efficacy.
Nothing goes into the nucleus, nothing affects the genetic code of the human. It is a very safe vaccine. This is a vaccine that we all need to take because it will keep us safe.
Vaccines bring us closer. Choose to get vaccinated.
All right, welcome back. And as I hinted to you, we are experiencing some technical glitches here. I'm going to have a final attempt at this with the telephone line. And if it doesn't work, then we'd have to resort to our regular programming. And let's see. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right. But that phone line giving trouble since yesterday.
Okay.
Yes, it's the line.
Well, I'm hearing you very low, so yeah, I really don't want to compromise the quality of the station, so it's better that we don't have the call-in program and get into regular programming, all right?
Okay, sweetheart.
All right, have a good one. All right, yeah, it's chaotic, man. It's problematic. Let's take a quick look at what's happening on our Facebook page. I do hope it's not, I hope it's something that's general and not just a GBN's problem. I doubt it. All right, Mildred Smith says, Mr. Gordon, please don't stress your voice, do it all. Marilyn Gordon, Grenada, one of the best Caribbean islands right now, besides the setback of growth and economy. Allegedly, it's the most beautiful place to be for vacation. Happy Independence, Grenada. Thank you. Mildred Smith. To the host, Happy Independence. Bright color, Mr. Gordon. Bless 49. Thank you very much. Let's see what's happening on our WhatsApp platform. All right, someone says, good morning, Joseph. Blessed and peaceful Monday. I think the topic this morning should be on our independence. Mind you, no disrespect to the world champion and getting his true attention. Okay, that's fair. All right. Okay, let's see what else is happening on our WhatsApp platform. Someone says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. There is a new village being built in River Road. The river project is not yet finished, but I noticed some middle-sized buildings are constructed along the lower end of the stadium area. Will the authorities please step in and do something? This will get out of hand if it's not stopped. In addition, some have started extending theirs. We need order in this place. No more shanty town. Okay. All right. What else is happening on our Facebook page? All right. Good. Nice. What else? Okay. Let's try the telephone line for the final time, and if not, then we'll have to resort to do it all. 435-2041. Give me a quick call. Let's see if we can get this rectified. Okay. It peeves me, man. I want to say good morning to some good friends all the way from New York, all right? And he's my good friend. He is let me do this. Good morning, caller. All right, so there we go, folks. Unfortunately, we will have to call out that interactive segment this morning because we are experiencing some technical difficulties that are way beyond our control. So in order to not compromise the standards and quality of the network, we'll have to resort to our regular programming. The calling segment is not working. I sincerely apologize for that inconvenience. I know you look forward to interacting with us here on a daily basis, but sometimes some things are just beyond our control. I have no control over this. We've tried all the tricks that we know to remedy the situation, and it's not working. So we'd have to get the professional technician to deal with this. All right, so I do apologize, but we are unable to continue with the interactive segment of Good Morning Grenada. The great music will interface. Thank you. Bye-bye.